Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Nice
Morning, everyone.
nice little Titan right out of the gate. I seen right at open.
Yep.
Yeah, I was having a little
1 minute
trouble.
and a 5 minute.
Yeah, I got all my stuff set up now. This one's a little late here. Trying to get some stuff set up.
Yeah, I made a little quick $100 off of that.
Nice. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Push. You know what was crazy is I was looking at this chart earlier and I was thinking about if it was going to go up there because how this profile looks. I talked about this earlier this week, how it doesn't have clear rejection up at the very top. And
Your screen,
so,
Ken.
Can't see your screen.
Oh, okay. Hold on one sec. I'll push that button too. It's just heading in the direction that I'm talking about, so we're not missing anything. Let's see. Should see the screen and event start. Yeah, so it was just this one right here. So you can see at the start of the day, at the beginning of the day, before this just happened, we had these two. It was just kind of flat. Like it was flat right here, and it was 2 or 3 bars up at the top of that TPO profile. And then the same thing for yesterday. And I've mentioned this a couple of times, but normally when this is what you call in TPO language a poor high, right? Anytime a profile ends in something that's not a single print like that, it typically means that there wasn't strong rejection at the high or the low of that selected period. So you could see that we had that for this day, which was yesterday, plus we had that for today based on the old high. And I was wondering if a lot of times what the strategy is when you see a poor high like that, a lot of times price will come in and it will create that. And you guys have seen how I've been merging these together. So you see how double, it was double and double, but if you were to merge those together, now the profile looks complete. The bottom doesn't, but you can see we just added that little high in there today. Now, I don't know if it's going to reject it or not and leave it there, but it would definitely be placing the top right on that old poor high right here. So that's what I was thinking here at open. If we end up pushing up there, breaking past, I mean, you can see we just broke past these highs of yesterday there. It's yesterday's high. We'll see if it holds up or if it just instantly reverses out of there. It could be a good place to sell. Look, we have both of these areas here. So we're sitting at 450 right now. Up at 500 is this next major high. We've pretty much stayed in this area all week long. If you just take a look back at everything that happened this week, you can see that for the most part, we were in this area here on the chart, right? Besides yesterday, we pushed up a little higher. So in that day, so these are going to be kind of considered outside edges here. So I don't know. I mean, unless we just end the week crazy bullish, and it just pushes straight out. I don't know, but it makes sense to trade the ranges there. And I was even thinking about merging all of these together just to see what they look like for the week, kind of like a weekly profile. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. All right, so let's see. Split. Merge with. Just look at the week. That basically pretty much it. So you see now, looking at it for the week, we can see that here's our value area. This is where we actually spent most time throughout the week. This is not a remember, this is not a volume profile. This is a time-based profile. And then you can see these little bumps right here. So if you look at this profile, wouldn't you say it's a pretty evenly distributed profile? I know it's a little leaning towards the top side, but you can see that it's pretty evenly distributed, right? And so in those, you normally watch these areas here, because it will when you have a profile like this right here, what typically happens is when it leaves the POC area, it will come out to these outer edges and it will just work the outer edges like that. And it'll continue to do that until new information's available. And then at some point it'll break out, and then it'll just go to another section somewhere out there. It'll go, and then it will find value somewhere else. POC just shifted to the POC just shifted to 435 on high volume.
Good morning.
Morning. There's a lot of volume right there. Wonder where Cedric went this morning. Did he say he was doing something? I hadn't seen him. Haven't seen him yet. Got pretty much right at the moment, we've got kind of synchronized buying across everything. I'm watching NASDAQ and ES, micros and minis, and let's see. A little bit of selling coming in on NASDAQ. We have sellers stepping in as prices trying to push up. Just kind of watching it. So there's definitely a demand of sellers right here. They're selling in the last two candles, and price just keeps getting propped up, which typically means that you've got buyers underneath supporting it. And the thing is, if those buyers step out, it'll drop. If the sellers give up, then then it would naturally expand upward. But the most parabolic move would be if buyers were to step out, and then the sellers kind of take over. See it? If it keeps doing that. $7.30. Big orders coming in right now. Buy orders. Man, this is a weird open. 300 buy orders just came in at 544. So
They're getting absorbed.
They're working this area too. Are you watching Delta as this is happening?
Well, my last 3-4 are kind of flat.
Yeah. Yeah, but like, you see, what I like to watch, something that really catches my eye that makes me feel like it's about to pop is when I can actually see a candle going up. Like I can see a candle being bullish while I could see negative delta getting like hammered in. You know what I mean? Like you'll actually see price pushing up, or you'll see price pushing down and the delta bar is growing green. You're like, okay, so price is getting pushed down, but I'm watching delta go up, and you know that what really moves the market is market orders. So for there to be aggressive selling, and that's supposed to be, pushing the market, moving the market, but it's moving up instead, and you can see it in the delta. Yeah, you know for a fact it has to be absorbed.
Yeah, right now the last 2 candles are really green for Delta. Well, now it's going up though, but
yeah, I see that. We'll just keep an eye on it right here and see what it does. Because I have what zone was it? What did I mark up? Yeah, this kind of high area. This is going to be our weekly high, right here at 510. So if there's ever a spot for it to find some resistance and drop it, I would assume it would be right here. I'm starting to see tons of limit orders sitting up here at like these round levels, 500, 550. But I also see huge limit orders underneath current price. And I think that is kind of a prop. Like I can see 100 contracts sitting at 488.
that 5-minute Titan one. It was right at the kind of the top of the small range at 465.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, it broke. Did we just push back that weekly high I was talking about? Yeah. What did I say? It was at 508. So we're at like very key level right now. Weekly high. Lots of limit orders under there right now, supporting the buy. I'll share my outlook on it. See, this is what I'm watching right here. See price pushing up. I've got NASDAQ. I've got hold on, let me change it. I have NASDAQ over there. Oh my goodness. Hold on, I had to close this and reopen it. I messed up. I accidentally closed one of my charts. I don't know the easiest way to reopen it without just closing it without saving.
Snagged another little $100 off that.
Nice job.
Nice job.
Thank you.
200-point move so far.
It's moving for sure.
What a massive move.
Yeah, it just opened up and just went.
Wow. This has been a very good week for trading so far.
Yeah. So you guys, by the way, on this, I think I don't know how long I was muted, but I was actually talking about this.
Oh,
Yeah, so I'm glad you said something because I was like, who's interrupting me? And then
yeah, I wouldn't just cut you off out of nowhere.
yeah, I was like sitting here talking, and then you're just like, yeah, it's been a good trading week. I'm like, hello, I'm talking. Okay, so
That's funny.
I had said, hopefully you guys heard me say that we're at a weekly high, as you can see, right? Somewhere we hit the weekly high, and I had said that if price breaks below here, like I was talking about it on this candle, I said if this candle will engulf this one, we could look for sales. But the problem with that was that the risk is too big, right? That's a 36-point candle. The risk was like $700-800. So I was saying the only way I'll be able to take this trade is if it pulls back. If it pulls back, then we could take the trade, right? And so it did pull back. The old POC, or even just 500, even if you just target 500 level right here, and you entered on the pullback, which we're starting to get big orders coming in right now, so it might just drop right now. But look at there was plenty of opportunity. If you actually did what I said, there's plenty of opportunity to enter with way lower risk, as small as 10 points on that. So it doesn't always give you the opportunity to enter on with price pulling back like this, but if it does, that's your low risk entry. And yeah, so there it goes. And then I was mentioning that we had kind of synchronized trades, like we had synchronized order flow across all of the different symbols. So you can see sellers stepped in, sellers stepped in, sellers stepped in, sellers stepped in. Over here, when I sold it, originally it was buyers were present in here, but they were getting absorbed. So they were actually getting, as buyers were hitting right here, hitting. I was already in the trade, so I was kind of sweating. I was like, uh-oh, so buyers are in here, buyers are in here. You can see the delta was super positive, but price was failing to go up, which was a good sign for my trade because it was showing absorption. And so if buyers were trying to step in and sellers were pushing it down, I was already selling. Things looking pretty good. So that's that. And then I said if we get a Titan right here, so I don't know how long I was on mute, but I said if we get a Titan right here, this would be a perfect place in regards to order flow. So boom, you already got your winner right there. If you see, and this is why I created these tools, and sometimes I even fail to use them. I get so caught up on analyzing the market, I end up not even seeing like something like this, like a Titan come through. And guess what? Risk is predefined. It's set up the way I want it to be. It's all perfect. And boom, got the TP1 on it. There we go.
How I have a question. How long ago into your trading journey did you like start to actually build, stuff like these, like other indicators and whatnot?
From the very beginning, I
Oh, really? Okay.
yeah, because I'm gonna make this story very short, but basically what happened was I didn't have a lot of time to trade, and I was on a daily time frame, and I traded. It's kind of funny. It's the same pattern I still trade. So this goes back to 2000. I'm not interested in this buy, just to let you guys know. Not really too interested there. Oh, and that's the other thing too. I don't know if I was on mute or not, but there was divergence leading up to that sell right here as well. So, long story short, the pattern that looks like this, right? Prices coming down.
Hmm.
They're falling, they're falling, they're falling, and then just this. I called this. Some of y'all may remember. I had an indicator. It was from MetaTrader 4 called the Easy 123, and it was a scanner. It would actually scan every single symbol on Forex on a platform, and it would scan every single one of them, and it was an Easy 123, and essentially it was looking for 1, 2, 3. When this candle is closing like this, it's created a reversal pattern. I traded that strictly on a daily time frame. And so
Wow.
every day, yeah, well, it's reversal. It's the same as a flush. It's the same thing that I talk about
Okay,
when
yeah.
you see like how I look for 1, 2, 3. It's just a good price action pattern that works. And so I hold on, let me just click this button real quick. All right. So yeah, so I ended up you know, you really only have to look at the chart. You only really have to look at the chart every one time per day when you're doing that. And so every day I would check the chart and I would see which symbols had that pattern on it. And so okay, I was about to say we've got like some super aggressive buying right now. So is price going to go up or not? Hold on. So I made that indicator because I said, you know what? It sure would be nice to be able to just let something scan, just let it scan and tell me where to, when these setups happen. Just let me know when these are happening. Look, I said I wasn't interested in that, but that sucker popped. Um, yeah. So hold on. It just ran right up to 600. I'm just gonna see. Yeah, see, it rejected straight off of that super fast. Wait a minute, and then I'll finish talking about what I was just talking about. I'm watching this real close because we got sellers stepping in across the board, but this candle is just doesn't know what to do. It feels like pressure building. So it's like I could see the sales coming in, but I could see the candles. You see how it was having issues expanding. Now I can see it expanding a little bit, but still super divergent delta here. So this might be a good place to sell right here. I'm just watching very closely. Yeah, well, anyway, I ended up making that indicator because I was like, it sure would be nice to have something that I could just sit down and look at a list, and then that way I just got a list of everything that has set up, and I can, I can pick and choose what I want to trade. And so that's what I ended up doing. And I'm trying to show it to you right now, but it's done some weird. It opened up MetaTrader, but it's like, there we go. I got it now. The good old easy 1, 2, 3. So just like this right here. So, man, I haven't used MetaTrader
Wow.
in so long.
Yeah, right.
But you see this list, yeah. So you see this list right here of symbols. Just do, I guess we'll just do market watch. So what it's doing is, see, it's 1 day ago, 1 day ago, three bars ago. So these are patterns that set up. So it's actually really cool. So if you look at here, you see when this specific day closed, which was at this price right here, we would have gotten a buy signal right there. On the same note, when this candle closed here, which would have been at this time, we would have gotten a buy signal. And so you'd be looking for a buy, right, and whatnot. But if you go to the daily time frame, you'll see the pattern that I'm talking about. And it's so funny how simple it is. But look, you see 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2,
Interesting.
3.
Yeah, look at
And so
that.
so this was just a really simple way to get alerts. And this was actually one of my first trading strategies I ever used whenever I started to trade. Man, I am up on. I took that trade. I hope you guys did too. I mean, this is. It was a little harder to get into. You really had to be ready, but it gave a few opportunities to get in there with lower amounts of risk. Now watch is gonna come stop me out of break even because I talked about it. Well, since Cedric is not here, I guess I'm gonna have to do it. Are we gonna get a roll call? A round of good mornings from Sheldon.
Good morning.
Romeo, Nick, Matt, Mike.
Let's do it.
Mia.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning, everyone.
Happy Friday.
Good morning, everyone.
Yeah.
Let it ring.
Good morning.
Let it ring.
Morning.
Morning. And that feels good. I like it when we all get in here and let our voices be heard.
Yeah.
Y'all feel that?
Good morning, STS people.
There it is. Yeah, we need a signature.
Is that what we are?
Signature good morning. Yeah, right. Like a little clan, like a little STS cult.
I wanted to say like good morning Vietnam, but that won't work.
Yeah, it's so funny. There's some like old sayings that I'm not sure if they're like considered appropriate anymore to say or not. Like, like you grew up saying certain things, and then like now everyone's so
sensitive.
freaking booty tickled over everything.
Booty tickled.
You can't say anything without making somebody upset.
That only matters if you're streaming on Facebook, though, right?
Yeah, and I'm streaming there. So, but that's all right. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be. I'm not going to be doing that for very much longer. And that, with that being said, you guys, for those of you that have not decided to try out mentorship, I'd really, really consider it, because after the new year is when I'm going to be making some plans to kind of shift to the next level with this stuff. And, these live calls were really designed. I allowed everybody in just to answer questions and get lots of feedback, and I have gotten lots of feedback. So I don't know if I'm going to continue to allow everyone access to the stream. So take advantage of it, and if you've seen enough and you like what we're doing, then come get with us. If you think it's easy on a stream, it's going to be a lot easier when you actually have access to everything. You can customize it yourself, set it up yourself. I got a lot of stuff I'm working on too, so like other things that's going to make all of this easier.
And is the Titan indicator only available through the mentorship program, or is that through the beta indicators?
That is through the mentorship. So you've got well, in the mentorship, everything is included, right? So in the past, I've had multiple different things in the past, but yes, to answer your question, the Titan, pretty much everything you see on our stream here is in the mentorship. Is how that works. Now, I know why you're asking, and so we could work something out if you saw what we were doing here and you may have gotten the wrong thing, just reach out to me. We might be able to apply one thing to another thing and get things changed over for you, because I actually didn't know that the one-time fee was still showing available. Like you seen that it was down at the bottom of the screen. It wasn't actually supposed to be there. This mentorship is my only offer that I have going right now, but I didn't realize that there was like a little section that said related products, and it just like snuck that all inclusive in there. So I've seen some people recently get the all inclusive, which is a great plan and package, but it just doesn't have the tools that are in mentorship.
There's a few. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say. So the all inclusive was the deal that I did before reopening mentorship.
I see. Okay. And there's a few STX websites that'll show like different price ranges too out there. I don't know if those are yours per se or if there's copies, but
Yeah.
I did see that before I was signing up.
Yeah. People, basically, that stuff's also old though. That all those indicators that people are resharing or stealing and reselling, those were all on MetaTrader. So those were like all my old systems that I designed for MetaTrader, and there was no way to fully protect them. But
Gotcha.
yeah, those dude, that used to drive me crazy when I first started doing this. I was like, how could they just steal it from me and then go and do that, and they would sell it and rename it and act like it was their strategy. It used to bother me so bad. And after a while, I like, dude, I spent thousands of dollars to hook all of my indicators up to a database where now all this stuff is done automatically, but like in the past, you would sign up. You'd have to submit your account number, and then I would connect it to your account number, and it was like causing lag on the indicators. I spent literally thousands of dollars and like 3 weeks developing and designing an entire database, and then within like the first week of releasing it, somebody already hacked it and figured out how to decode it and decompile it, and they got all of it anyway. And at that point, I just said, I'm done. I don't care. Like, like people can have the tools, but they don't have the real training behind it. You know what I mean? So they can.
Right.
And what's funny is the indicators expire every X amount of months or days. I have them set to do that. So what ends up happening is all of those stolen versions, every 6 months or so, whenever I set them to expire. I used to do it every 3 or 4 months, but now it's like every 6 or 9 months. When they expire, see, whoever steals them, they don't realize this. They steal them because it's an actual file that you download to your computer, and then they just change the name of the file and then re-upload it. But what happens is, like, every 6 months, the indicators expire, and
it sends a message out to anyone that's using it that says you have to update your indicators. Please contact, my email address. And I have these like random people hitting me up, and they're like, "Hi, my," and they give me some random name, because it's a different name than what I named them. And they say, "Yeah, I'm getting a message, da da da," and I have to break their little hearts and tell them, "Well, you cheaped out and you went and bought it for $20 on forexpropshop.com, and now there you go."
It's like a pyramid scam. Instead of a
Dude,
pyramid scheme, everyone's just getting scammed after the first guy.
yeah, it is crazy,
Yeah,
but
that's how it goes.
I just, like I said,
You
I
know you're doing
just don't
something right
care.
once that happens.
Huh?
Forex Chop Shop is funny.
Yeah. So listen, guys, we're getting a lot of aggressive selling, but price, and I want it to drop. So this is against what I want to see right now. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. So price is here. Let me just show you. Okay. So look, I'm up $1,000 by the way too. So look at Delta. So I'm going to expand this out. See, Delta's selling very hard, but just like we would want for it to drop, it's not. It's actually being absorbed down here. That's not good for my cause here, right? I don't want to see absorption, but unfortunately, I am seeing absorption right now. Hopefully the sellers win, right? Whoever's sitting here absorbing down here needs to get on out of here. Yeah, so just to let you know, but man, look at the entry I got on here. Talk about a wick entry all the way at the top. But look at these trapped buyers up here. This is what made me go in and do it in the first place. Was you can see all the way up here at the very top, 200 plus 43 buyers stepped in at the top at 600. That's why I said, oh, something just happened right here. And so, yeah, that's how that went down.
Are you paying to obtain that information that you're finding about, like, oh, there's buyers here, there's sellers here, and all that?
No, it's that information is freely accessible to anybody that's trading on a broker that has level 2 data. And
Okay.
and in fact, I actually teach you how to read a footprint chart and order flow on in the elite course. So I've got an entire like 45-minute course designed for a footprint chart, but I'm gonna make it even better, and I'm doing a whole brand new course on order flow in general. So like how we
Nice.
have Titan and we have this strategy and that strategy. I'm going to create a dedicated course specifically for order flow, only order flow. So if you want to trade order flow, if you want to literally trade order flow as a full-time strategy, then you could. I'm closing my trade. I just closed at $1,000 profit. I'm gonna look for another entry.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for another entry because I can see the absorption happening here. So what I don't want is for price to pop back up anywhere near the high and then go back down to where I was, because if it goes anywhere near the high again, I would like to sell it again. But if I'm already in the trade, then I'm not gonna think to sell it. But now I'm a fresh, clean slate, and I am ready to look for another low risk entry. So if price comes back up into this area somewhere up in here, we can look at it a lot of different ways, but here's 50% right there. I'm gonna go look for some volume inside of there. Okay, I got to get rid of this initial balance thing. It's making my scaling very weird. There we go. So you see, oh damn, look at that. It just popped up in here and ran back. Did it hit 50? No. So a perfect setup would look like breaking right
up above these areas right here. But look at this area of volume, right? So there's areas of volume right through here. Be nice if that would hold up. I can see all the volume inside of there. So that's an area, and this is me looking for a place that I could re-enter, because I can't tell you how many times this has happened to me right here, where I take a position and I'm holding it and it goes, like, especially this week, where it goes like this over and over again. And I can't help but think, if I just made, let's say if I entered here and it went down to here, then it came back to entry, then down to there, then down to there, and I'm floating $1,000 profit here. I sat here and watched that happen over and over this week. And I was like, I watched it be up, 500, then 0, up 500, 0, 500, 0, 500. And would you believe that ultimately it came up and it stopped me out, right? So it stopped me out break even. So I finally just closed the trade. And so now, if I would have just the area was my invalidation point. So if I would have just sold, took profit, sold, took profit, sold, took profit, then instead of just sitting there watching $500 appear and disappear, I could have made 500, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000. Right. And so, yeah, that's why I did what I did here. I was expecting price to go all the way back down to like obviously this area and then back where we opened at, but I'll see if I can't get one more entry, and if not, $1,000 is fine for me. Oh, look, some sellers stepped in right here too, right at the POC. Over 200 trades at that one level there. What y'all think about that? Y'all selling too, or looking for sales, or what are you doing?
Soon.
All right.
I'm still setting up for work. I should be sitting down on my computer in like 5-10 minutes.
Cool. See, I told you they were absorbing it, though. You see how price hasn't pushed down? It doesn't mean it can't, right? It doesn't mean it can't, but it's just the signs are there. Like, look, we had our low. It fake break the low. This is exactly what I would be looking for if I wanted to look for a buy, right? I would be looking for this. And it's easy when you're in a trade running profit. It's easy to just ignore everything that tells you, that, hey, the market's about to turn and go the other way, because you're in profit. So all you're thinking is, yeah, keep going down, keep going, keep giving me more money. But sometimes it kind of makes you blind to what's actually happening right in front of you. So, that's what I'm looking at. But, they're extremely fearful. It's gonna break loose. It's gonna break loose and leave me. See, what would be awesome is if price would just snap up here real quick, tag 590, and then just drop like it's no one's business. Look, are we doing it? Are we gonna actually go? We're gonna go. Let's see. Got sellers, 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 sellers. above average. See, this is what I would actually look for in a buy if I was thinking about buying. I'd look for this flush right here. It's not really at a session low or daily low or anything, and delta's all actually lined up. But if yeah, like price pushing down and then bam, look to buy, but I think this one's gonna go down. Without me. But that's all right. We'll see what happens at 500. Just sit there and watch it and see. There's a Titan setting up right here. That'll probably put you right at 500. $598. Wait, what? Hold up. 516. Yeah. I'll take a little stab at it and re-enter with the stop just right above the high of that little pattern right here. Basically the opposite of what we're seeing right here. If you target 500, it'd be a $300 trade. Might stop me. Super low risk right now. It shouldn't go above the high. If it does, then it's invalidated. This is the lowest risk you could find. And and now, yeah, see, now you'd be late. And now you'd be on time. And now you'd be late. Now you'd be on time. There we go. There it goes. Touch it. There we go. Made another 300 right there. That's just this one. From there to down to there. Nice. And that weekly high did it, you guys. Turned her around. Won this trade, we won this trade, we won this trade, and we won this trade.
It was a fat turnaround.
Yep, and now we're right back down. Let's see here. Oh, this was that one area I was talking about. Yeah, it freaking blasted through those that didn't pay no attention. Coming down here, it looks like. Dude, this week went so fast.
Yeah, it did.
Like I guess it's
Yeah, it
just
did.
like that leading up to
The
Christmas and all
holiday.
that. Yeah, man. It's
Holidays.
mhm. You know what I'm feeling right now. I'm like, man, I wish I would have held on to that trade. But man, you don't never know. You never know. And I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but this was 10 o'clock. This candle was 10 o'clock. There's some times in the day, man, that you cannot mess with that things just happen, and 10 o'clock happens to be it. I mean, look at something special about that candle. Look at bing bing, and then look retest, and then right before the departure, it's like, hold on, let me just go touch it one more time. Bink, and then it's out of there. And I got another one too. I'm not going to talk about it out loud right now, but it's for mentorship. I already told you guys about it a few times this week, and let me just show you. I've been monitoring it. I told you I'd keep an eye on it. By the way, big buys just came in right here. Hundreds of orders just came in. Let's see what's happening. Man, it just what is this magic is going on here? Right to this little volume level, and then 200 orders come in, and it buys right back up. That looks like a pretty strong buy. So this might end up putting it back where I wanted it to go to look for another sale. I know I already got it, but I'll look for another one. Look for a 50% pullback of the range. There's volume. Oh, we're almost about to hit it. I don't know if I'll be able to mark this up on time, but basically between there's a setup between 525 and 533. So it's about 10 points. Let me make sure that I got it on target here. So the exact number is 525 even. 525. And then what I say, it goes up to 533. So it would look like this, 535. I mean 525. It might not happen. And then it goes up to 533.50. Yeah, it didn't do it. It didn't give me. It didn't go high enough, but I do see a little volume area right there, and that's right at about that 50% level. Stop loss at least goes right up above the 50% level. If that one doesn't hold up, then we've got another kind. I really like these little suspended types of levels, but this one's at. I'll just show you what I'm marking up here. I'm basically, so this level here, you can see that this is where we are. And you can see that this is 50% right here, this blue line, 50% of the pullback. And so if price came back here and retested this area, which is the low of all of these candles, right, and this and that, and then there's volume inside of there. Let me just see. A little bulk of volume up there, but we'll, it's an idea. And so, and that gets our stop loss. Our stop would go literally right here, like right at that level right there. We'll find out. I got it marked up right there. You can see the levels. So it either blasts through it or it perfectly touches it and runs away. Let's see right now. I got
touch it. It's $170 and it's surviving. I don't like it though. If it goes that far into it, see, I should close it at. I should just close it because it's so damn close. But normally, if it goes all the way through the zone like that, it's not gonna hold up. Like these zones, this is just my own observations on it. Is that those little zones? It normally will just go up and it will tap it and run away. But if it goes into it, then it's kind of more like luck. Like if I was to, I closed it, by the way. I closed it midway through. So yeah, it's just my observations with it. Normally, if it goes all the way up into that zone, it will go all the way through it. So now I could look to try to sell coming out of it on the other side. But you can see what I did with it is I entered the trade there on time, and then it went. I mean, it went so close. So here's another one. Hold on, let me see. That's $100 risk. I'll take a swing at that one too. So I got I'll try to tell you guys the price fast enough. 542 and the stop loss would be 47. So this is a super tiny setup. But you can see that was perfect with the opportunity there. That one candle went up, it missed the stop loss, it came back down to entry, and then I just chose to close the trade at I just chose to close the trade at halfway because why not? It already showed me that it could go up into that zone. I didn't want it to do that. So, yeah, keep my money in my account. So I ended up shaving off half of the risk on there. I lost a couple points instead of the whole thing. And then we'll take a little stab at this next one, or I'm going to take a little stab at this next one. It's entry. Hold on, I don't think it's going to give me the entry. Let's see. Yeah, so the entry is 542. The stop could be about 47, and that's a tiny little trade. $95, I'll take $95. You could take a loss any day, but $95? And it did not work for me. All right. Well, hey, it was a good try. We got a lot of big orders just popped in right there too, and the POC's at 550. So I'm still on the hunt. You just watch me. I'm gonna get another one. I'll try to keep calling them ahead of time. Right here where we're at between 48 and 53 is where they sold real heavy the last time. So they may defend this area. Price just wicked off of it. That's the one trade I didn't take, and if I would have taken that, I would have already been in profit on it. So yeah, anything above 53.50, I would assume would be defended. So selling anywhere between now and a stop loss up at 254 is an idea. And if it goes up higher than that, oh, because look at that, we got Titans. If it goes up higher than 54, let's see, did it just tap up above it? It tapped up above 53 right now. So now at this point, I'm just gonna wait until I see it go deep into those levels. I took two swings at it, lost 100, and then I lost 170 divided by to, what is that? Whatever it is, that's how much I lost. So I won 1,000 and then gave little 200 or something back, almost 200. The Titan one though. Got another Titan setting up. So we have, I'll put these on the chart. There's two areas that I see between current price and the high, and I'm gonna analyze them up here. And these will be the areas that we want price to respect. Put some respect on it. Man, I hadn't heard that in a long time. So 574.25. $70. That's one of the zones there. And then the next zone that I'd like to hold up, otherwise we're breaking the high, we're going higher, is going to be $5.99. Why does that look so high? I don't even know if it's worth looking at this or not. 89.25. Okay, these two areas right here, look at them as zones, selling zones. These are two areas where I think that these are the last two areas. I already looked at areas leading up to that. So yeah, so that's that. What do y'all think? Is it going to go up or is it going to go down?
No idea.
Yeah. Where you been at, Matt? Barely heard you say anything today.
Mm, I'm a little bit negative. I got, I was in a sell and I got wicked out on the 10 o'clock candle. I forgot it was coming up.
Mm.
'Cause there was a major wick, like it just spiked,
So
like it just tapped up.
you're super focused right now, huh?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for a couple opportunities. If that one
This one
trade,
looks
I
good.
would have been about break even, but
If this
that's
one
okay.
sets up, this one don't look too bad. Everything's saying so. If it sets up, it's got 10 seconds. Yeah, I know how that is. And what that happened yesterday, though, right? Thursday? Was that yesterday?
Yeah,
Was
it
that
did.
today? Yeah, okay.
No, today though, at 2 at 10 o'clock. I got
Or
wicked out on the 10 o'clock. I forgot that it was coming up.
I
I
got
shouldn't
you.
have been in a trade.
Well, that Titan set it didn't set up, but it did. You see what's happening there? We had buyers step in super heavy down at around 490. I'll be right back.
That one sell Titan that showed and then disappeared seems like it would have at least hit TP1 and
Yeah.
TP2 shortly. Just about. Payout season coming to a theater near you.
Nice.
Damn, I thought I did. I just ¿Qué pasa, man? I'm good. Happy Friday. It's Friday. Yeah, it's Friday, right? It's Friday today.
Hot mic.
Yep, all day
Oh,
Friday.
sorry. My bad.
All right. Well, a little late for this Titan here, but man, what a nice move. That was I told you that Titan looked good, Matt, earlier. I know it didn't set up, but
Yeah.
I sold it anyways because the price action was there, and I just TP'd at 485. 485, which is right after this Titan triggered here. I think every Titan. Did we have any Titan trades that lost today that didn't hit at least some sort of TP? I don't think so. All right, I'm gonna go look. I'll check myself. So since open, first signal of the day, winner, 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 and winner. That's 7 Titan trades, 7 winners. All Titan trades won on the 1 minute. It's a good amount of like a liquidity sitting right below here. It just tapped into it. Let's see what that does. It's been replaced. They like that area. Wow. There's another Titan. Can't really complain with the placement of that Titan. I mean, it's kind of like a flush. Like it's either gonna go up or down. If it goes down, I bought that Titan too and just won it. But that was kind of cool location because it was like, I mean, look at it. It's like, all right, if it was gonna go down, then we wouldn't want to be buying anything anyways. But we're also right here at support where we bounced the last time. That was kind of a freebie. It was like free money. Free money. Come and get it. We're in a buy zone. So here's my trade so far for the day. For a Friday, not bad.
Nice.
800. I gave I gave them back, that's for sure. I really worked the market up here. Or I mean up here. I'll tell you that for sure. But hey, that's the thing is, like, you look at my win rate. It's 40. That means I've lost 60% of the trades I've taken today, but they're so small. Like you guys saw me take 2 of them right there. It was, but one of them was $100. The other one I reduced the risk from 100 down, from 170 down to $85. So I mean, these are like $85, $100 risks to make, 500 to $1,000 or so. So I made that one big trade and I made $1,000 off, but then I ended up probably losing about 200 or 250 while trying to catch the next sell off. But then I got it, and so we're there. Delta's gone flat. It might be a little buy area, or you know what? What would be a good idea? It's sweep the low first, and then, man, there's a lot of delta in that candle. A lot of delta, but not a lot of volume. That's weird. I don't know where all the delta's coming from. We went from look at this. We went from like 32 delta, 35, 15, 92 net difference to 400 and double the volume. But look at the volume's not that much bigger than the other volume bars, but look at the delta in there. It's crazy. So lots of buying, lots and lots of buying, but price isn't going up. Stacked imbalances at the high, 192 orders up there, and price didn't keep going up. That's weird, right? Looks pretty weird to me. Maybe we sell. And it made one of those little zones. See, like I like trading these right here. It's a $70 risk. $70 if it goes up there and touches that. And if you wanted to be safe and put your stop above the high, it's 85. Or if you just sold it, and just straight up sold it, then you could do that too. But your risk is going to be higher. And then that candle was weird too. So we had a bunch of delta selling, aggressive sellers, but the candle closed bullish. So something's happening right here. And it looks like they're just getting ready right before 9 o'clock. I mean, right before 9 o'clock my time, 9, 10, 11, 11 o'clock. We're right at 50% of the initial balance, the 1 hour. If you look at just the if you look at the first 1 hour of trading, it went from here to here, right? And what they call the initial balance, right? And so if you measure it by just 1 hour, we are right smack at the midpoint of it right now. See, right there. So it's kind of like a determining place right here. I'd say very important, right? Because normally what happens in a typical scenario. Oh, hold up. Okay, never mind. What normally happens is initial balance, then price will break out above or below, and then you want to kind of see price stay outside of that in a typical market, right? You'd want to see price stay outside of that area, and so yeah. So if it doesn't, then and it's reclaiming back into that territory. It normally ends up going for the middle part, which is where we're at now. We just never broke out. We made the high and fell back in. So out of these 7 Titan signals we've gotten today, which every single one of them has one, who got some? You guys cash in on some of these today or what?
I got one of them.
Okay. There goes another one.
Yeah, I did, Ken. I'm up
Very
400
good.
for this. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good.
Love it. Love it. Love
I
a
just-
easy
just went-
Friday, huh?
Oh yeah, you gotta. I'm on the 3-minute chart.
Oh, okay.
The only reason I do that, Ken, is to keep me away from a bot indicator that I can't stop using, and it doesn't work on the 3-minute chart. Hey?
You can't stop using it. Well, let me tell you, let me log into your computer. I'll make it where you can't use it. I'll delete all your files.
Hilarious.
I can help you with that.
Yeah, I'm sure you could. Right on. Probably be the best thing for me. I works on the 1, 5, 10, 15, 30 an hour and up, right? And
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't win with it. I just keep trying it, right?
Right. Yes, I get it, man. We all do things.
It's patience. I don't have the patience, and I don't have discipline. I have a hard time with discipline in other parts of my life as well, right? So.
Well, you won't fix that on the charts. I talk about this a lot. You gotta intentionally work on that outside of trading. That way you can bring those qualities to the chart. And there's actually a lot of fun ways you can improve your discipline. And one of the most easiest ways to do that, it is almost like one of those things that sounds too easy to be true, but it is true, is that most people they can't even sit still, right? They can't even sit still because especially now, like the younger generation and with the phones and stuff like that, they just can't sit still with and silent. And so if you want to work on some impulse control, you can find a comfortable place and sit down, and you just sit there and breathe. Just try to focus on your breathing. Try not to let your thoughts
get out of control, just observe them essentially. Oh, there's a thought, but that's okay. I can think about that later. Oh, there's a thought. I can think about that later. And do not, the most important thing is just do not move. Like literally sit there and do not move. And you'll notice your body, you might start itching. Feel like you got to rub your eye, like you got to make a noise, you got to swallow your spit, something. Your brain might just start going crazy and saying, I need to do something. Just don't do it, and what happens during that time is you're actually building new neural pathways in your mind. So if the easiest way to not be completely bored while you're doing it is just know the longer I sit here and control my body with my mind, the more stronger connections I'm making. And so a lot of people just don't take any time out of their day to just sit, with themselves. And so, just start doing that. Do it for 5 minutes. You got an extra 5 minutes. Just try to sit perfectly still with your eyes closed for 5 minutes in a chair without moving. That's the most important thing, is that you're actually doing that. And so that way you start taking a little bit more control back of your body. Because the thing is, a lot of people, they live in their body, right? Like they start, if you actually think about how this works, is your mind controls your body, right? And your thoughts and your mind controls your body. But most people, their bodies control everything. They feel something in their body, and they instantly start thinking something with their mind, so they're actually living in their body constantly, and the body is actually making the decisions. I feel this way, think that. I feel that way, think this, and so you gotta take that control back and say, no, this body is mine, not me, and you can do it. I don't know what this echo is. I can't talk because I hear a feedback loop.
Big is unmuted.
Bigly.
That's me.
I don't know. But I can still hear it. Oh, now it went away.
Oh, I think that's me, Ken.
Oh, all right. It's all good. But yeah, just some fun things to do. We're on a long path here with trading. You're gonna, something you guys should all think about is if you make it with trading, you're gonna have a lot of time on your hands. Okay, and at first that's gonna be awesome, but with time, you have to fill your time up with things, right? That's like one of the biggest problems you could have if you have too much time. Then if you have too much time and you're not doing anything with it, that could be a bad thing. And so once you unlock having a lot of time, you're going to want to fill that with stuff. And then one of the things I like to do is personal development. Like, why not? If I've got all this time, why not try to become better in every single way? Any weaknesses that I know I have, turn them into a strength. I got plenty of time to work on these things. So I like doing that type of stuff.
Right.
Getting better, and just overall, why wouldn't you? And especially if you're saying you have that problem, like that you have issues with this or with that, then it's perfect for you. You could be working on those things.
Yeah, I used to do a lot of personal development, then I kind of got away from it.
Yeah, it happens. That happens to everybody.
I was just telling my sister back in Pittsburgh about the reasons why I haven't been successful. All the personal shit I've been doing that I actually canceled out.
Yeah.
So I ain't blown no accounts in a while.
That's good though. I mean, so you said you haven't blown any accounts in a while. You've slowed down.
Yeah, I slowed down exactly, and I've been looking at my results since you showed me how to do it, and I actually been getting better.
Getting better since you've been looking at those results and tracking them.
No, I've been getting better since I've been canceling all that bull crap I've been doing. All that
Oh
extra
yeah.
stuff I've been doing.
Yeah.
There's still an echo somewhere.
Yeah, I hear that too. I don't think we're gonna reach these levels. What is that? That is 600.
We ain't gonna move 200 points today, are we, you guys? That'd be crazy. But while I'm waiting, hold on. I want to see if there's anything in this candle that is worth taking a swing at. There is $100 risk coming up at 532.50. With the stop loss. If you just put it up above that red candle, it'd be at 530. Let's call it 538. That would be $110 risk. It would have just triggered. Where would it go though? That's what I haven't had time to analyze. Oh, it already hit. It already went. It already went almost to a 1-2. It's at a 1-1 right now. I'm just gonna break even on it and let it go. I've taken a lot of trades today, but it's so easy. Yep, $110 for $250 profit. Look at that. Money. I closed it. I just closed it. I think I'm just having fun. I should probably hop off. I feel I got that feeling like I'm looking for the big one. I have a feeling, just based on how the market looks. Oh, this is just crazy looking. Look at this. If you zoom out, look at these limit orders stacked down here. And so anyway, what I was just saying is I have a feeling that price is going to go back down to where it opened. And where it opened was right around here, which was at 400. But look at these stacked orders down here. They're like stacked perfectly. 44, 37, 30. How do I get closer to them? I want to read them. That's weird, huh? What are the like? What is that? 30, and they're okay. That is so weird. Look, they're all broken up. 31 contracts, 31 contracts, 31 contracts, 31 contracts, 31, 31, 33. Somebody's doing something there, huh? This is
That's weird.
I mean, yeah, what are the chances? Look, 33, 30, 31, 30. Somebody's got a big giant grid looking thing set up here, and it goes all the way down, I'd say, to about 250. Oh, this whole area. Imagine trying to sell into that. You might make some progress, but it's sooner or later it's probably gonna bounce. If it goes down there, I would assume that it will come right into here, get just perfectly cradled by all these buys, and then just stop the whole thing. Good thing I closed that trade. It would have stopped me out.
I'm finally back at my computer.
Good to have you back at your computer.
Finally.
If we break this high right here, I think we're going to go to this next level. These are the two last little levels. If we go up higher, I mean, hey, there's a good chance we could sweep highs one last time before going lower. I could see it happening. Could definitely see that. Nasty little quick little sweep, and then it's like, and then it does its thing. It goes, and then it just drops violently. Wait a minute. right, we're going up there. What it looks like. Where did Cedric go? I'm gonna have to figure this out.
And what's the holiday trading schedule look like for the market and doing these live stuff
Doing like the
for
live
next
trades
week?
each morning.
Yeah, so like, are we trading on the 22nd and 23rd and not the 24th until the 29th, or what's happening?
So, I'm just gonna be here so I know that as obviously Christmas, we're not gonna be trading. I don't even think the markets are like at all
No, I don't
open.
think they're open at all.
Right. So Christmas Day, we'll just totally skip it, but I'll probably just be here every other day. I mean, we can at least just show up, look at the market, and see how things look. If it looks good for trading, then we'll trade it. If it doesn't, then we'll just hop off. That's what we kind of did for Thanksgiving. Like we just checked things out, decided we hopped in, took a quick trade, and then after that, we were done. It was just
I
not
didn't even
enough
know the market
volatility.
was open on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, it was. Oh, no, I don't know if it's open on Christmas Eve. I'm actually looking up the website right now to see what the hours are going to be. Yeah, they haven't updated anything on Apex website yet. Yeah, they haven't updated anything on their website yet, so can't tell. I don't know what their plan is, but yeah, my plan is to just be here. It's my schedule. I wake up, look at charts. Wake up, risk it for the biscuit. Do it again. All right. Come back. We had a lot of buyers come step in at on this candle right here. You can see it in the candle, but there was hundreds of orders that just came in right in the middle of that candle. Big giant orders. We're talking about over 400 right at 527. Right around there is where they stepped in. I still think we're gonna push up. I guess it's just hopeful. What I'm really wanting to see is for price to come up into these areas. These would be super low risk places to sell from. But again, that is with the idea that that the market is doing this. That's kind of my idea. If it happens, great. That's what I'm looking for. POC just shifted. So we got tons of volume for the day just up here. We've got time spent down here and volume up here. So literally the distribution of time and volume is like this. You've basically got all of your time spent down here, and then you've got like all of our volume up here. So that's why I'm thinking, like, since all the volume's up here and price is not actually expanding higher, it would be nice to see it push back down into this area. Get off of there. Oh my God. And then again, that would put us right back down to where the market opened. So that's my idea. I mean, for all I know, I could be wrong, and I could it could go higher. We could, sometimes on Fridays it just rips up. But that's why we trade the way we trade. Like every trade I take from this point forward is just, well, pretty much what I've been taking this morning is all low risk trades, $100 trades, $200 trades. And I've just got the mindset right now of I'm taking trades to hold. It's Friday. I've already done all my results for the week. I'm green for the day. So the only thing that could happen is I could give some profits back, or I could turn this into a massive Friday. And so I'm just working my numbers right now, based on my progress for the week. So I've made my money and I'm just leveraging some of my profits, looking for low risk setups. And man, if I could catch a trade and hold that sucker all the way down to here, that'd be awesome. And yeah, the worst part is I already entered one time, like right here. Like I literally got in at that wick up there, but I took profit, and that was my biggest trade of the day. So I already took profit on that, and if I would have just held it, it'd be the same deal. Like I'd have more, but I also could have given it all back. So. Isn't it crazy that even this tight in here won?
A 5-minute one too.
It's like almost like magic today, because it's so, I mean, look at how it actually hit the TP to the tick as well, like tick style hit
And
it
Ken,
there.
there's been a couple times where I can't remember, like it was the Titan was a buy and you said, I'm looking for a sell at this level. And I'm just saying that because like it's weird. Like if you just stick to it,
Yeah.
even if you kind of goes against what you think, the majority of the time it will win.
Right. And that's, I said it earlier. I don't know if you were listening when I said it, but I was like, this is literally why I designed this tool. Sometimes I look at, I'll be so busy analyzing the order flow.
You overanalyze it.
Oh yeah, I'll be well, the thing is I'm not even looking at the chart. I'm looking at a different screen. So I'm analyzing the order flow and Titans are setting up, right? So I'm not actually looking at the same chart. And normally I'm so zoomed in that I don't even see the pattern, So
or I'm looking way off to the left, looking for levels to trade to. Yeah, and then boom, I see, oh, a Titan just won. So yeah, I'm with you on that. It's like, yeah, it's the craziest thing. But that's why I like to use Titan when market conditions are, it's just one of my edges. You know what I mean? Like if I wasn't spotting things in the order flow that allowed me to take action, like if I was looking at order flow and it didn't make sense, like a few times this week, you know, like when we were talking about the contract switch, I think it was Monday or Tuesday, order flow just wasn't looking good. It just wasn't lining up, and I couldn't see any edge in the order flow. So that's when I can lean on the Titan, is when things like that happen.
We're like kind of in a 20-point range here on the 1 minute.
Yeah. You know what I'll do? I'm going to set up an alert for Titan because I don't actually ever really use alerts. So I'm going to set up an alert for Titan. And that way, if I'm analyzing order flow, because what you just said made me think of something, like something that I've been wanting to do anyways is observe order flow when Titans are setting up over and over and over and over again. Because if I've already had the idea multiple times that I'd like to try to apply order flow to a Titan signal and see if there's a pattern, see if there's a pattern that sets up in the distribution of the candles that are involved. I can, because of having Addis, I could look at the insides of the candle, and I'm sure if I watch 1,000 Titan signals over time, and I'm looking at, I'm zoomed in, I'm looking at that volume profile on the candles and the footprint and stuff, I bet you sooner or later I'll pick up on a pattern. So like here, we've got one setting up on the 5 minute, right? So yeah, bullish, yeah, So wait a minute. Oh, I don't have the indicator turned on right there. Let me see. Yeah. I think what I'll do though is just stick to a 1 minute. That way everything's the same. I'm gonna flip back and forth. Delta's pushing down right now over time. For the last 10 minutes, Delta is curved pushing down, aggressively selling, but price is in this little range right here. So I'm just thinking like all these sells coming in, all these sales coming in and no expansion, no reward, right? So if people are selling and price isn't going down, right, you'd think that if you're selling and lots of people are selling, kind of hitting it like that, you'd think it would go down, but it's not. And so that only thing that can mean is that somebody's underneath here absorbing it. So that means that when you're selling, if there are 10 contracts at this level, at this 538 level, if there are 10 contracts there and you sell 10, you're going to get filled there, but price isn't going to go lower to search for more available orders. So that means that somebody would have to just be layering buys in, just layering it in to be absorbing any and all selling pressure. So when you keep watching that, what ends up happening, think about it, is there's only two things that are going to happen. Is the sellers would win, right? So whoever's the buyers could step out, and then boom, sellers will take over and it would go down, or the sellers get stopped out, which would probably be, in these areas above the
But
highs.
MNQ is slowly going up, the cumulative delta.
Let me see. Let me go look.
It's the opposite. It's
Yeah,
weak,
yeah,
but
I
it is
see.
going
I
up.
see. Yeah, I see what you mean. I had to zoom in a little and make it rescale, but yeah, I see what you mean. But again, you see there, that's an anomaly type of action, right? Like how you're seeing it. Well, actually, it's not really moving that much, so that's kind of in line with what prices are doing. But I'm watching all of them, and it's starting to look like it's buying. So you see the sellers their sellers are trying, but the buyers are passively stepping in. And now once it broke above the high, wait for it. Wait, what is this? This is a 1 minute.
5-minute Titan one.
Yeah, so once it breaks above this high right here, that their stops are, I would assume their stops get hit here or here, and that could really fuel it to go up higher. And then I have that little zone I talked about right there. What did you say? One?
A 5-minute Titan.
Okay. See, like this is the type of candle I should look for on a Titan, because see, if this next candle here closes red, think about how perfect of a location this could be for a Titan. Breakout, retest, continuation, back to the high, like this right here kind of deal. So analyze that, see if I can notice patterns in a Titan setup on the volume, with the order flow. I think that would just be so sweet if I could nail down a really repeatable pattern that happens over and over. I'll start taking some screenshots. About to happen.
Ken, what copy trader do you use?
I've been using the trade. I just use the built-in group trade. I've tried to use Addis, and I had better success with Addis when I first got it. It seemed to be working just fine, and then it stopped. Like there was an update, and I got some more accounts, and I took everything and I deleted everything, and when I went to go re-add it in, it did not. It hasn't worked since then. And like some of the orders will be taken. It's something I went through already.
Okay, thank you.
I've heard of people using Trade Syncer. If you have, depending, what kind of accounts do you have? Tradeovate, Rhythmic.
Tradeovate.
Okay, so yeah, for Trade Syncer, Ninja Trader, you can use. There's a tool from Apex that, like the Apex copier. And if you guys have any feedback on it, like if anyone's used it and you have feedback on it, you can feel free to share. But there's the copier that they have, and it's built for Ninja Trader. But since they're combined, you can use their copier
with your Tradovate account. So, and they provide some documentation for getting it set up as well. You gotta, I don't know exactly how much it is. And then I think it's Darren. I think
Yeah.
is that Darren? Is Darren coming in or no?
Yeah, I'm here.
You want to tell him?
Yeah, it's by a company called Affordable Indicators. So you go to affordableindicators.com. They got a number of different packages that you can get, but they have one that's a trade copier that works really well that I've used, and then they have some other cool stuff. Like if you've got, you can actually set up a bunch of things to where you've got accounts like in different places as far as profitability or loss or whatever, so that it shuts down like when it hits when you pass an eval, like it'll automatically close the trade on that account and then keep other trades open or whatever. So there's a lot of trade management in there too, but the one I use is a copier. I'll have to go back in and see what it's called, but they've got a weird name for it. But if you go in and look at it, they have a discount on it. It's like I think it's like $175 or something with the discount.
Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Are you guys talking about multi-prop firm trading?
Like being able to have any kind of a trade copier that we can use to copy across multiple accounts. Oh, you know what? While we're on the topic too, there's another one that you can use, which again, they're not all perfect, but if you want to just start trying some out, I would obviously recommend your first few trades you use on like MNQ, like a micro, make sure everything's working, and do like one micro to start and make sure and notice the differences. And then before switching to NASDAQ, trade like 3 micros, right? And then see how that copies across to all of your accounts. So, do it, make sure you do plenty of tests, but Pick My Trade is one that we've used to automate some of the trading alerts to actually take trades whenever the alert comes out. But they also have a built-in copier. So again, you're introducing a third party, so there is a little bit of latency that can happen because you're taking the trade on one account. That account, when you take that trade, sends out a basically an alert to this platform. That platform then sends an API call to all of your accounts. And so, there's a little, it's like a little phone call or whatever. It's got to reach out, notify, trades have to take place. So it, can take 1 or 2 seconds, I would assume. So just be aware of the latency and things like that. But Pick My Trade, I think they're like $50 a month or something like that. And it's very easy to set up. I've done it before.
Yeah, I'll take a look at that detail.
With the Pick My Trade, I've used them before. I mean, the latency isn't that bad. It's always under a second, the trades.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I've heard mixed stories, man. I haven't had any bad experiences with Pick My Trade with the latency on the accounts, trading multiple accounts, because that I was setting it up. I actually, whatever. I did that. I set it up that way before, and I didn't really have a lot of problems. But then I talked to other people, and they were saying that it was like a huge difference, like very bad, untradeable type of latency. But that could have been them, that could have been, well, hold on, let me see, how would that work if you have a bad connection
I think it has.
Good.
I think it also has to do where the servers are for the broker that you're using, and
Makes
how it has to
sense.
ping, whether it's across the world or. I mean, I know on Forex it was a bigger deal. Yeah, if you were going to copy trade, you wanted to pick a server like a VPN that was next to where, the broker servers were.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, well, exactly that right there. So, and then
it could also be where you're located too, right? Because it's got to go from your home to the third party.
Yeah,
exactly.
Just to let you guys know, on NASDAQ, we still have divergence. So as we are trending up, we are trending down on CVD. So it really seems like some pressure is building here.
I feel like something's about to happen. So just put that out there. If you're looking for trades or whatnot. So look, this is my take on it is there are aggressive sellers, but price is getting pushed up. So I'm bullish short term, right? I'm bullish short term. I think that prices are going to keep going up. As long as whoever is propping price up continues to do so, then I think we're going to remain bullish and keep pushing up. But I have levels that I'm looking to sell at that we talked about earlier, like that level at 570 to 574, and these ones right here, these two levels. So I'm kind of bullish, and order flow supports that. And then obviously when we get here, I'd like to see signs of sellers coming in. So I'm just waiting for that. I'm not planning on being on here for too much longer. So I'm just kind of bringing you guys up to speed with what I'm looking for and what I'm seeing as we speak. So I know, Matt, it's happening again. I'm talking about buying, and there's a sell that popped up right here. Could it win? Yes, it could. We have aggressive sellers right now. So either sellers are going to take over at some point, or they're gonna get stopped out, and it's gonna go up. So that's so funny though. Literally, as we're talking about it, it's like, oh, here's the sale for you. Let's see. I heard from Cedric. He's okay.
I guess he's not trading today.
He's not. No. Well, I don't know. I'm reading his message right now. It's a little unclear to me. But he stayed up late. I'll put it that way. Yeah, see, it's such aggressive selling right now on the CVD, but price just is not pushing down. I think it's going to go up. And hopefully just taps those little zones and turns around. And then we can all hop off of here and make $1,000. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is it gonna hold up? Just remember, these are very low risk. These are like $65. This is worth $65 right here. That's how much the risk is. So even if you were to, let's say if this goes up there and tags right at 570, if it even comes back to the POC, that's a $400 trade. The POC is at 550, round level 550. So if it, this 20 points, $65 risk for an immediate $400 profit, I would take those types of trades. Knowing that you can always win or lose a trade, being able to risk $65 for whatever I just said, 400 or whatever, then that's a good trade to me. had a straight flush right there. Like that was a perfect flush style trade. But my bias is still, it's still bullish. I'm messed up. What do you guys think? Think it's going to go up or down?
I think it's going to keep going up.
down.
One
of us will be right.
Yeah, right. One of us has to be right.
Watch it just range and never leave. All right, so you think it's going to go up? Why do you think it's going to go up?
I think there's more room to go up. I mean, I think it's been going down enough and it's going up. I just think there's more room for it to go up. Let me go back to the. I'm just looking at your chart, but from what I looked at earlier, I think there's definitely more room to go up. We have a lot more like liquidity on higher, like up higher, like the 25821 area, and the way that it's been going. I guess here could be like a point where it pushes, but I just think that it's been enough time going down and up. We broke structure like on a 4-hour time frame and closed above the last, I guess, known higher high. I could see it probably going down maybe a little bit to like the 25,380 area, but I think it ultimately wants to go back up to those highs and then go down or maybe go up into like another high volume area and then push back down. I think we're ultimately going to be going down, but I think it wants to get up to those highs or something.
So basically up, down, down, up, left, right, down, up, down, up.
Yeah, exactly. Verbatim.
That's funny.
But yeah, I think up unless price wants to keep going down here.
I just think that it most times ends up back at the opening price.
Yep, right down here, huh?
And if you look at a 5-minute chart, is kind of like a lot of kind of resistance around the 560 level.
Yeah, I think you're I think you might be onto something. What would be like final nail in the coffin type of thing for me is if it would just pull back like one. I just need one super fast, obvious fake move, not a grind up. You know what I mean? Like this is too normal. You're like, I want to see straight manipulation, bam, quick grab and then see the opposite, right? Basically witness and observe a really good fake break, because this is too easy. Like, okay, we just sell now, we're just gonna sell. There was no quick snag of anything here, you know what I mean? Like this was a slow grind. There was too much time to prepare, like we need to see something super quick.
You're talking about the California grab and go.
That one, that one right there.
Like they go into the store and fill a trash bag and leave.
That's what would help change my bias immediately, is if I'd see something like that. Let me go take a look at Delta's. Okay, so now so now we've got NASDAQ obviously just curved over. It finally fell kind of in line with Delta, right? It kind of fell in line with Delta finally. Price and Delta finally agreed, but on ES, Delta is bullish and flat and divergent right now. So it hasn't fully gone into sell mode. Oh, that's a Titan right there. I just seen that pattern setting up on my other platform. Well, congratulations to all who sold.
I tried to tell you.
He did. Go ahead, say it. I told you so.
No, I just think that, like, it usually goes back towards. I mean, it could hit one of those like 25 500 and then bounce back up.
Right.
Or
Like-
even at the 475, there was a bit of action there. Prices hit that and wicked up like several times.
Mm-hmm. So see, like what's got me messed up though still with this is that now I feel the feeling of I missed out, right? I like to feel that, but I like to feel that like in the opposite direction. Like I was saying, like I was expecting that up here to give the trading opportunity where where you start to see something, you're like, oh, I might have just missed out on here, but it's the opposite direction, and then you can trade it. So it was never too manipulation-y for me. So it was just too normal. It just walked right past me. Big orders came in right here too. 184, no, 395 sell orders came in at 5:30. Right there. On this bullish candle.
And that Titan won, a 1 minute Titan. But there was a 5 minute Titan that actually lost.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, let me take a look at that. Yeah, it lost. That's, I think, the first one, but that's on the 5 minute.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it never saw no profit. It just wicked entry and then turned around. Yeah, I see what you mean. There was a buy that won, and then there was that one more buy right on top of it.
And there's a 5 minute extreme right now. Just selling.
Right at 500. We'll see what happens. Oh, aggressive selling started happening on ES, micro ES. Like these two are like out of sync.
We have a webinar in 9 minutes, Ken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll be there. I'm just analyzing. I'm looking to see if maybe look, I'm still trying to buy. I'm like, come on, chart. If I change enough things, and then it'll probably fit. But no, I am. I'm looking to see if it would stop right here. And then obviously 550, that's a POC. And then just all it's got to do is get right up to those 570 levels. And then that's where I was thinking, like, bam, a massive sell from there. But I'll let it go. I'll let it go. Stick to Titans. But I'm gonna hop off. I'll see you guys in 10 minutes. So 10 minutes for the mentorship webinar. And then everyone else, I'll see you guys on Monday. Enjoy your weekend.
Yeah.
All right, have a good weekend, y'all.
All right, bye-bye.
Have a good one, guys. Thanks, Ken.
Bye, everyone.